Well, hellfire. It is RockdaRiff, and I am back for another Metalhead Envy. Back with some more, or not back with some more. Checking out something new today. Mythraeum. Is that how you would say this? Mythraeum? I would say Mythraeum. I don't know if I'm saying that not right, but that's what it looks like to me. This request comes from Austin Butler over at Secret Service Publicity. Says, to celebrate the 1 year anniversary of Oblivion Atronym, San Diego based black metal aggregation Mythraeum unveiled a playthrough video for the album track Crown and Sepsis. But this isn't just your usual guitarist in his bedroom, one angle, one take guitar playthrough clip. I feel like that's an attack on me. I feel like that's an attack on me. I'm I'm that way. But part of that is it's just I like doing the live one take and the editing. I can edit, but it's like sometimes it's a hassle. Bordering on more of a music video, Mythraeum keeps all of the intrigue, mysticism, and foggy atmosphere of the group's imagery and live show. So I'm curious to see what we got going on with this. I've never heard of Mythraeum, uh, but that's what the Metalhead Envy series is for, to check out new stuff. Let's dive on in. Oh, Kizo! I like I like the fog, the skull, the symbols, yeah, and the hoods. Hell yeah. I'm all down for them dressing up like that. Yeah. This is a jam, bro. It's funny. I just got Rocksmith working, and I feel like it's reinvigorating my want to cover, do other stuff, do other people's music, or play other people's music. I'm already listening to other people's music, so now I'm sitting here watching. I mean, I already do all this shit, but it's like I'm watching their picking hand and where they're at a little more intensely, if that makes sense. I already did that before, but now I'm thinking about it in code. But I like this tune. I'm a big fan of a band called Sluggage, and so I like this death black metal kind of thing, if that's what you want to call it. I just think I like the groove, dang, 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 and the little tremolo being added, tremolo picking that's being added in the riffs and everything. That's a cool melody. I love the feel of this track. I'm kind of getting lost just watching and thinking to myself, can I do that? I feel like it's been so long since I really was into like covering and playing other songs. I know I've got the Metalhead Jams playlist on here, and those are like songs that I really were gung ho to do. Uh, and now it's like since I'm planning on investing some time in Rocksmith, I'm looking even more so at like getting my chops up, uh, getting my picking hand up, and now I'm watching these guys and like this is so. The guitarist in me is like, oh man, this is so cool. If that makes sense. I wonder. I wonder if anybody just watching doesn't play guitar, if they what their thoughts are on a playthrough. I love watching playthrough videos. Uh, because here I play. So watching what the guitarists have put their soul and time and blood, sweat, and tears into writing, I'm like, fuck yeah. Now I know most people gravitate towards the singer, uh, which is cool. I like the vocals, like what I'm hearing of the vocals in this track. I couldn't tell you the lyrics, but I like where the melody's setting at and everything. I do think if I had to sit here and talk about the mixing and mastering of the track so far, I do think YouTube has compressed it. I'm curious what it sounds like off of YouTube. Like I use Apple Music, so I'm curious what this record sounds like through that. But I like the mix and the master. I think everything I can hear all the parts pretty evenly. Uh, and like I said, I compare this to the band called Sluggage, and I love them. That's like they're in my top three. I listen to Sluggage almost on a weekly basis, and I've heard all of their music. I've heard all their songs. I don't know how many times, but I still am so in love with that band. Let me get some coffee. But how many strings? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I need to get me a decent seven. I've got to find me a cool seven string.
Chains
like that. Oh. Bam. That right there is something I don't know if I'll ever master. So watching his picking hand right there. Sweet picking. People make it look so fucking easy. But my brain, I have yet to figure out, especially with my picking hand, I have yet to figure out what's my best way for me to do sweep picking. But it's just it fucking eludes me. One day though. One day. Hell yeah. That was cool. I like this playthrough. I agree. I like the dynamic shooting. I feel like both guitarists and the bassist got time to shine. I like the imagery, the fog, and it's so DIY, and I love that. Like if I was gonna shoot a playthrough video and this was the imagery that we had, I would shoot it exactly like this. The fog machine, the symbols on the wood, the skull, uh, the outfits. It's just that's very enjoyable for me. I like this imagery. Um, Shout out to Kiesel. That dude's playing a Dean. I've always wanted to, excuse me, play a Dean. I've never really fooled around with one. Uh, Dean's got this one multi-scale guitar with an actual tremolo. It's a multi-scale and a tremolo. I wouldn't mind fucking around with that. I want to see how comfortable that is. But Kiesel all day. Kiesel all day. That was really cool. So Austin, what's Griswold? Griswold, that's the last name. Uh, thank you for reaching out. Basically, I am using this week to try to knock out a bunch of what Secret Service publicity has been wanting me to check out. And that was really cool. It definitely has done its job. I'm curious what the rest of this record sounds like. And I'm really curious what it sounds like off of YouTube. So, Mythraeum, if I'm saying your name wrong, I'm so sorry. But I wish y'all nothing but success. Y'all dudes are jamming. Y'all are playing. I envy the guitar chops. I want to be able to sweep pick. And killer composition. I feel like I'm starting to get more into that. The more I check out music, the more I am getting into how the track is composed. Because coming from my own, I've wrote 3 albums myself, and so thinking about the tracks that I've wrote, and then thinking when I watch stuff like this, and it inspired me to want to write some other stuff. So definitely done your job, because I've still got some other videos to record, but I don't really want to record videos. I want to start playing guitar. I want to go ahead and start playing guitar and working on my chops. I need to work on my chops. If this ends up being your first time to the channel, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are. I am curious. Tagline question I've got for this video is, if you don't play guitar or bass, or if you're not a musician, do playthrough videos interest you? Is it cool to watch a playthrough video or um, not? It's like me and my brother were talking last night, and we were talking about some stuff I'm trying to do for the channel, and he was talking about attention span is getting less and less nowadays. I agree, but at the same time, I don't know. There's a lot of people whose attention span is hard to keep, and then there's a lot of people who are like me and just get zoned in on some shit. So I'm curious about that. But can't think of nothing else to say besides stay positive, stay rocking, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.